Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle Barrett. I've been a personal stylist for 25 years. I now help people like you build capsule wardrobes that mix and match easily. So today I wanted to talk to a particular group of people, and that is those of you that are entering retirement, have just entered retirement and are now looking at your wardrobe and thinking most of these items that I have in my wardrobe don't work for me. So this video is particularly for you. Now before I go on, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who likes, subscribes and shares. Please keep that coming. It tells YouTube that I'm interesting. It also helps other people find my channel and it enables me to bring more content to you. So I really appreciate you doing that. So without further ado, let's get started. So throughout this video, I'm going to give you lots of questions, lots of tips to think about in creating a capsule wardrobe for retirement. So this is a massive change in your life. You know, if you've had children, they may well have left home now, you've got changing career. So a lot of those things you used to do are starting to change. So we want to make that wardrobe for this next part of your life. So what items in your wardrobe do you like and why? You know, what is the reason you like them? Do they feel good on your skin? Do you wear them all the time because they fit with your lifestyle, or are they just a safe option? It's really important to think about that. Safe options are kind of okay to just be comfortable at home, but I also want you to take up kind of space and I want you to feel good about yourself. So if feeling safe means that you sort of blend in the background because you've lost confidence, then I would question that and ask you to kind of think about maybe kind of introducing a few pieces to your wardrobe that fit with your lifestyle now, but also have you feeling good. The next thing you need to look at is your lifestyle. How has your lifestyle changed? Do you volunteer somewhere? You know, do you see the grandchildren? Do you look after the grandchildren? Do you holiday more? Do you get away more? So what in your lifestyle has changed, and how should your wardrobe serve you now that it has changed as well? Because that can make a huge difference. Obviously, if you've worked all your life and now you're retired, that's a lot of time space to take up in your wardrobe. Your wardrobe should always serve you rather than the other way round. So think about activities you do. Do you have any hobbies now? Do you do a yoga class? Do you do a Pilates class, for example? You know, what clothes do you need for that? Do you like to go walking the dog? Do you go rambling? Do you know, what is it you do now and what clothes do you need for your lifestyle? So think about all those different aspects of your life. Divide your life up by 100% and consider what percentage you do what you do. So let's say you spend 20% of your time volunteering. So what do you need to wear when you volunteer? Let's say you spend 10% of your time at yoga class. What clothes do you like to wear for your yoga class? What clothes do you like to wear when you've got the children, the grandchildren, for example? So divide your life up by 100% over a month, and then think about how your wardrobe should look practically in relation to what your lifestyle is and the activities that you do. Next up is the climate you live in. Now, obviously, I talk to people all over the world, so we all live in completely different climates and every single capsule wardrobe will be different. But do you live in a seasonal climate? If you live in a seasonal climate, are you going to have kind of two wardrobes, you know, one for spring, summer, one for autumn, winter? Or do you live in a climate which is pretty much the same all year round? Do you need the fabrics on your skin to feel comfortable? You know, does your skin get irritated now? Sometimes as we age, our skin can become more sensitive. Do you need your skin to be able to breathe? You know, is it hot where you are, or do you need warmth? So think about that as well for the very practical side of what the climate you live in and the environment you live in means to what you need to wear. So, you know, does it rain a lot? You know, do you need to protect yourself from the rain? You know, do you need to protect your shoes? Do your feet hurt now in heels, so now you just want to wear flats? You know, if you go walking a lot, you know, all those kind of things about the environment and the climate you live are really, really important as well. So I kind of want you to make notes with this. One thing you can do, actually, if you download my free capsule wardrobe planner, I'll put the link to it here and I'll put it in the notes as well. It asks you all of these questions that I'm going through in this video, so you can kind of fill it out as you go along, and you can make notes so that you have a very, very practical guide to refer to when you start editing down that wardrobe and also considering what else you're going to add. So it's really, really important, I think. Do you have any special events that you attend, say annually, for example? What do you need for those special occasions, you know, or birthdays or Christmas, etc., etc.? You know, those kind of occasions when you tend to dress up a little bit. Is there anything in your wardrobe that can kind of work for most of those occasions, if not all of them? Or do you need to consider adding something like that? You know, there's just this one or two pieces that you get out for those special occasions. One thing I will say, actually, just on the record with this, I kind of don't believe in saving clothes for special occasions. I kind of feel like you should just wear your sparkly dress to the supermarket if you want to, because life's too short. So, you know, if you're brave enough to do something like that, I'd encourage you to do it. But if it is a case of that you need something just for those special occasions, then consider what that is as well and what those occasions are, and add that into the mix too. Next up, I want you to think about inspiration. So what styles do you like? Who do you see that you admire and you like their style? You know, is there anyone in the public eye? If you kind of struggle with this and you struggle to kind of think about what does inspire you, what I consider you to do, or I would suggest you do, is open up a Pinterest board and pin styles you like. You can make it private, by the way, when you open it. Pin styles of clothes that you like. You know, you use it pretty much like you use Google. You put a term in the search engine and then lots of different styles will come up. And you can do one for colour as well. So I definitely think about doing that. In addition, I would learn which colours work for you. It is so important, I think, at any age to know this, and particularly if you're looking to edit a wardrobe or create a capsule wardrobe, because if you're going to be very intentional about everything that you add, knowing which colours work for you can make you be more informed when you go and buy anything, or also when you decide what to keep and what to discard. So it can make a huge difference. If that is you, then definitely book in for a consultation with me. I'll put the link to that here, because I think that would be really, really helpful for you. So consider the colours, pin a load of colours you like on Pinterest. Again, if you're not familiar with it, Pinterest, and you've not used it very much, or you don't know how to use it, check out my video. I'll put the link in the notes and I'll stick it here as well. Lots of things I'm sticking up here at the moment, just the way I'm talking. But I have done a video purely about Pinterest and how to use it, particularly for this system. So that can help you get inspired as well. So far we've looked at your lifestyle, we've looked at the climate you live in, we've looked at what you like, and now we're kind of thinking about the inspiration and kind of what can inspire you now to build that capsule wardrobe that will have you feeling good. Next up, you want to think about your wash cycle. How often do you do a wash cycle? You know, how often or how long does it take for a garment that you wear to go through the wash cycle and be back in your wardrobe? You know, because that gives you then an idea of how many items you need. I get quite frequently asked, you know, how many pairs of pants should I have in my capsule wardrobe? And I can't answer that question correctly, because every single one of us will be different, and every single one of us in terms of what we do will be different. So once you've looked at your lifestyle and you've looked at what you do, and maybe you go to yoga twice a week, so you need a yoga outfit twice a week, for example, if you do a wash cycle in between and you can get that outfit ready for the second part of the week, do you need 2 sets of yoga outfits, or can you get away with one? You know, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. So you start to look at your lifestyle, you think about what you need, you consider your wash cycle and how many times you can get that item of clothing back in your wardrobe within a week. That starts to then give you an idea of how many pieces that you need. Now, once you've kind of done all this, you want to do the wardrobe edit itself. So you want to consider all of the factors that I've just mentioned. Also consider the styles and cuts that work for your body type as well, because they can make you feel better. So consider your lifestyle, consider how the fabrics feel on you. Know, do you need them to your skin to breathe? Do you need them, you know, is your skin more sensitive? You know, so if you've got 2 items there that look almost identical, say 2 black v-neck jumpers, and one's in black cashmere and feels good on your skin, and the other one's kind of polyester or nylon based and kind of irritates you, then which one do you go for? You go for the one that feels better on your skin. So kind of consider all those aspects when you do the declutter. Now, what I would suggest you do with any decluttering session, if if you have an awful lot of clothes in your wardrobe and it's overwhelming to even get started, then you have to see all of your clothes in one place. Now, if that's too many clothes, then what I suggest you do is divide it by items. So let's say you start with trousers. You get all your trousers from the loft, from the basement, from your back room, all of them together in one place. And I practically guarantee that once you do that, you will look and you will realize you have duplicates of similar items, and there is a lot there that you don't wear anymore. So start to filter it down like that. Now, if you've got duplicates of things, obviously what you want to consider is what one's fabric feels best, which is the newest, which is the best quality, which ones do you wear the most, which ones fit with your lifestyle, you know, and kind of start to filter it down. When you've looked at your lifestyle and how many items that you need, and you've considered the wash cycle as well and how many items you need, you can start to declutter what you don't need. Now, for last but not least in this as well is items that are damaged. Oh, just before I go on, actually, if you've got something you haven't worn in over a year, it is worth considering getting rid of it. Now, the way in which you can do this is whenever you wear anything, hang it up, the hanger up back to front so that it faces the other way, and by the end of the season or by the end of the year, you can see exactly what you've worn and what you haven't, and then you can make a decision as to whether you want to get rid of some of those other things, unless they are things that only, you know, you wear once a year, like an annual event or something like that. So I just wanted to mention that. It's a good little tip to kind of help you start eliminating things down. Now, last in this category is things that are damaged. Now, if there is something in your wardrobe that has been damaged for a while and you haven't fixed it, or you haven't taken it anywhere to fix it, one thing you have to do is get it out and put it right under your nose, so you fix it today or tomorrow if you can fix it yourself. If not, take it to somebody who can. Now, if you realise or they realise that it's not fixable, then you know that you've got to get rid of it. Now, if it's something sentimental, only you know what to do with that, but the other options are you put it in a display box or something like that. But, you know, don't hold on to things for sake of holding on to them. If it's damaged but you absolutely love it, look for something very similar in a size that fits you now, or something that fits your lifestyle now that isn't damaged, that you can actually make use of and wear. Now, last but not least is intentional shopping. This is probably the most important aspect of you building this wardrobe for retirement, and that is think very carefully about what you add to your wardrobe. Now, I know from my own experience that knowing which colours work for you and knowing which styles work for you can make a huge difference to what you choose. I myself, when I go into a shop, it's like having a radar. I literally go da 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 like that. And quite often I walk straight out of a shop. It takes me 5 minutes. I walk in and go, yeah, that might have picked something up, no, walk out again. It's very, very quick when I shop for anything, and that is because I kind of know what colours I'm looking for, I know what styles I'm looking for. So if you need help with that, definitely book in for a consultation with me, because I can definitely help you become a lot more intentional and a lot more informed in that area with some of the services that I offer. So think very carefully about each item. What are you going to wear it with? Does the fabric fit with you? You know, does it work in terms of the climate you live in? Does it work on your skin? Does it feel good for you? Does it fit for purpose? What are you going to wear it with? Where are you going to wear it? You know, what purpose is it going to have in your wardrobe? Does it go with the rest of your items? You know, so many people buy items on a whim and then they bring them back and then they don't know what to wear them with, and they just sit there remaining in their wardrobe. So become very, very intentional about every single item. Buy the best quality that you can, even if that means buying pre-loved, but just buy the best quality so that it kind of lasts longer as well. So there's a lot of information to take in this video. Definitely download my Capsule Wardrobe Planner if you haven't done so already, because it will definitely help you with filling out a lot of the aspects and the bits and pieces that I've spoken about today. And please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you've got any questions as well about building your capsule wardrobe. I'm more than happy to help you with that, because I help people with this every day. So have a wonderful week wherever you are, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.